This is
Okay.
actually really fun. I don't know. So you didn't watch this then, is what you're saying. You didn't see this.
I didn't see
So
this, no.
this is awesome. So basically, I don't know who put this up. I think it was Bleacher Report, like made this happen. But essentially, what happened is all four of these players: Justin Jefferson, Devin White, who's the middle line. So Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver for the Vikings; Devin White, the middle linebacker for the Buccaneers; uh, Henry Ruggs, the wide receiver for Las Vegas Raiders, as well as Nicole Hardman, the wide receiver for the Chiefs. All had a 40-yard dash race
Oh,
where
okay.
basically they all ran a 40 to try to outdo each other.
Right.
So now, since you haven't seen it, who do you think won? So 40-yard dash.
I that's a hard one. Give me the names one more time. Those
So it's just Justin Jefferson,
okay.
Nicole Hardman,
Okay.
Henry Ruggs, Devin White. Tell me who won and what the order of what the order was.
Okay, the order's gonna be too hard because that name retention doesn't exist in my memory. Who I think won, I'm gonna say Justin Jefferson.
Okay, you are absolutely wrong. Justin Jefferson came in dead last.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So
Damn, he
so the
must
way
have more
the
athleticism to
basically
turn.
the race happened. Justin Jefferson. So this is a 40-yard dash. This is their times. Justin Jefferson ran a 4.5, a 4.5 flat, which
Okay.
is not great but not terrible. Devin White, the middle linebacker for the Buccaneers, ran a 4.37, which is,
What?
yeah, it's not surprising. I mean, he was, dude, if you watched him in college, I mean, that man flew. And when I say flew, I mean, he flew across the screen to tackle anybody that was in range. And that's why you saw him in the Super Bowl just flying around.
Yeah.
So yeah, he ran a 4.37. Henry Ruggs ran a 4.26. So, obviously pretty good.
4.26.
Yeah. And then Mecole Hardman ran a 4.22.
Yeah. Wow.
So
That's honestly a name that wasn't really on my map, but now that's gonna stick. So
who?
Nicole Hardman.
Oh, he's the Chiefs. Can't see
I
the Chiefs.
he's like a side character to me. He's not a primary. He's not an antagonist or a protagonist.
Well, that's because he played a lot in like the slot and stuff. Because you had Tyreek Hill, you had Sammy Watkins, and then there was Mecole Hardman. And Mecole Hardman, though, is like literally he's one of the fastest people in the NFL. Clearly, as you can see, running a 4.22, pretty
Yeah.
fast. So he's only like 24 years old, 25 years old too. So
I was
not
expecting
like
to hear Tyreek Hill as being part of it in my mind when I didn't
no,
hear the names.
nah, he wasn't a part of it. It was like they built it up on Twitter, so I'm sure it's like they're probably friends and they wanted to get it together just because it was fun or something. But I love it. I would absolutely love for this. I wish this was a thing that would take place. I mean, these guys just did it for fun. I wish this happened every year in the freaking Pro Bowl. Like, I wish this was like one of the skills challenges. Let's just have like a couple players like hype it up all year. Like, nah, I'm the fastest. Nah, I'm the fastest. And then at the Pro Bowl, bam, let's run 40. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't even have to do a race. Like, you don't even have to have them line up against each other. Just literally have them, run a 40. Or if you did want to have them line up against each other, do that too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, it's literally LSU, Bama, Georgia. Yeah, oh yeah, because Mecole Hardman went to Georgia. That's right.
Wow.
So,
That
yeah,
is
Mecole.
that is literally insane. I guess so. This is an interesting question. This is an off the field type of event, right? If
Mhm.
someone was injured, is usually the case for all these reasons why these things don't
Oh
happen
boy.
more often. This would fall into the same sort of thing as I think that Broncos player as well, where it'd be like they don't get
Yeah,
any compensation and they're not covered, right?
I was just thinking about that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because it's not a team sanctioned like event or like thing, or you're at like a team sanctioned facility.
Yeah. Is that the
Then
same in the NBA for like the dunk contest, 3-point contest, stuff like that? Because
I
that's I
think
never
if
thought about that.
I think if you get hurt in one of those, you're okay. But it's also just different. It's also just like different circumstances, different rules, and everything like that. The NFL, happens to have this weird situation with which isn't right. What happened to the tackle for the Broncos is ridiculous. Because they basically were like saying that like oh, he was working out outside of office hour, outside of our hours and stuff
Sours,
like
I was
that.
thinking of that.
Yeah, office hours is where I went to, but he was like working out outside of everything, and it was one of those dumb things where you're like, yeah, but like everybody has to. Like, what do you not want? like players to show up like underweight or like overweight. Like people have to show up in shape. Like, I mean, there's literally stipulations in people's contracts that they have to show up under certain weights or like at certain weights. So why are you not surprised that they're going to work out in the off season? That's how it is. They're basically expected to without it being an actual listed expectation, which is why the whole situation with the Broncos tackle was stupid, because he lost all this money to an injury while he was working out outside of their facilities, because of course he's an NFL player, he's got to work out. Like, what do you? So that whole thing was stupid. The Broncos, it was a dumb. I don't even know why the Broncos would do that, to be honest. It doesn't make any sense. It's just the Broncos being dumb, and it's Elway being dumb. I don't know why. Like, even just for the sake of your own like, not, what's the word I'm looking for, your own respectability,
Protection?
but like, no, like your own
Ego.
Not what I'm looking for. But anyways, even for your own, like, the respect of the rest of the players and stuff like that, it doesn't make any sense for them to cut a guy and make him lose a bunch of money because he was working out off the record for you guys, and then expect everybody to be okay with it. It makes no sense. It was a dumb move, and it's the Broncos just shooting themselves in the foot again and again with all the dumb things that they do. So stupid. But anyways, yeah, I don't know how it would be if they had gotten injured during this event. I don't know if it was like a sanctioned event, like if this was at, teams' facilities, or maybe it was at like the teams knew about it and approved it. I don't know how that works. I don't know if it's like one where they have to seek approval from the team, and then once the team approves it, it's kind of like a thing of like, hey, if you do get injured, we approve this event, so it's okay, kind of thing.
Yeah.
None of these guys were in danger of ever losing their job, though, like if they did get injured. So like,
yeah,
that also plays a factor into it. Like if Justin Jefferson, Devin White, Henry Ruggs, or Mecole Hardman injure themselves, there's no way that they're getting cut randomly, by their team. So it's that also could play into it. I don't know. It's still fun. I love it, and I hope that they would do this more.
oh
But
yeah,
I do see what you mean there, especially with the Broncos situation happening not too long ago. Which, by the way, speaking on that, did you see the cap number for next year?
I did
released?
not.
Oh my God, it's up 30 million.
Was this recent news? Really?
Yeah, they literally, I think it was today actually, I saw it. They agreed upon, I think it was like 206 or something like that, or 208 for the cap, when the cap right now is at like 173.
I thought it would be a much more gradual increase after everything. Like, I thought that was the whole thing. Those are usually tied to network TV deals and stuff. Do they just did they re-up and then we're good? We're just going forward?
I guess they because their TV deal is about to kick in, isn't it, next year?
I think so, and I think this is over the projected rate, like assuming COVID didn't happen and you go to the normal increase for every year.
Mm-hmm.
This might be more. I think it's like an average of like 10 to 11 mil each year is added on. Maybe that's too drastic, but that's a big jump.
I did see a thing too, though, that also I think it was like 30 of 32 teams. I don't know who the two teams that were that didn't, but I think it was like 30 of 32 teams ended up saying that they were going to be at 100% capacity. So that plays into it too. That like you're going to have those ticket sales and everything there. So I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those where I'm not surprised, because the TV deals are kicking in and everything, and everybody kind of knew it was going to bounce back. That's why we were joking at the beginning of this whole thing that we were joking at the Colts and Broncos are the ones that again, Broncos making just being the odd man out. But anyways, no, we talked about at the beginning of this whole free agency market, we were making fun of the Bears for signing players to 2-year deals, because 2 and 3 year deals, because we were like, hey, you guys do know the cap is about to explode the next year, and that's why everybody's signing 1-year deals, because then they'll have a bunch of cap space. Yeah. I guess we'll still have cap space, so who cares? Because it's going up 30 million.
Yeah, that's like an entirely different topic. But the Bears they're gonna look very different in 2022, at least the way things are looking right now. But